Good morning, everyone. Let's begin. So let's go back to the beginning and to the basic. Let's come to lying down on the mat. Alright, so as you lie down, try to find the contact of your tailbone, shoulder blades flat into the mat, both palms by your side. Walk your fingers as far as possible downwards towards your heel, and try to keep a natural curve in your back. Okay, we all have that curvature for a reason. It's meant to absorb shock. So keep that little nice curve that you have in your lower back. Don't try to flatten it down. Just relax it. Relax the glutes muscle, which is your buttocks. Just relax all the muscles in your body. Think of elongating your head and your neck, lengthening out. Chest is lifted. And we'll start with just a few breaths here. So on the breath in, try to draw the breath into your upper back. Feel it expanding the ribcage out to the sides. Relax your abdominals. And on the exhale, you're going to draw the belly button deep down towards your spine. And then lift it upwards towards the ribcage. And close or narrow your ribcage in. So working with some Pilates breathing here. On the breath in, relax the abdominals. Breathing in deep into the upper back and expanding into the sides. On the exhale, draw your belly in, lift it up, and narrow the ribcage. So you're just going to spend a few minutes just working with the breathing. You can just close your eyes, feel where the air breath is moving in. You want to relax your abdominals so your diaphragm can contract and move down properly. On the exhalation, you're using the assistance of your abdominals muscle to expire the air out. Alright, so you want to focus on narrowing the ribcage on the last bit. Draw that breath in, take about 6 to 10 seconds. 6, 8, or even 10 seconds. And the exhale, do this for about 6 to 8 seconds, continuously drawing in, lifting up, narrowing the ribcage. Chest stays up. Let's do 2 more breaths. Breathing in. And on the exhale, draw the belly down, lift it up towards the ribcage, and narrow the ribcage in. Last breath to go. Breathe in. Exhale, fire up the abdominal muscles. Alright, so let's begin with bringing the left leg up into a tabletop. We're going to do knee folds. So lift one leg off the ground. Keep that knee sitting directly above your hip. And on the exhale, you're going to bring that leg back down. So inhale, you're going to alternate the legs up. And on the exhale, lowering the leg back down. Your goal is to not shift the hip or your spine or your shoulder blades. So you're keeping the movement very slow and fluid with the breathing. On the breath in, you're folding in. On the breath out, you're lowering your leg back down. Pay attention when you shift your leg. You don't want any jerky movement. You want to float your leg off the mat light as a feather. And when you're switching to the other leg again, try not to shift. You're using the abdominals and the core muscles, the back, the shoulder blades, to stabilize you on the mat. Let's keep going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Pay attention to where your feet is landing. You do not want your feet to come closer together. So try to maintain aligning the heel with your sit bone. The bone that's kind of your buttocks. Okay, there's 2 bones. You want to align them as you come down. It's all about feeling and just paying attention to where your leg lands. Pay attention to your shoulders and the upper back. Make sure your shoulders are not rising up to the ears. Let's do one last set. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower back down. You move on to leg slide. On the breath in, you're going to just float your feet, or just maybe a 1 or 2 inch off the mat, and then stretch that leg straight out, keeping the heel still afloat off the ground. Now be careful with the hip section, because when you have your leg lengthened out, that's going to be a tip. You want to use your abdominals to try to keep you in the middle without the shift. On the exhale, bend your knee, draw the leg back in. You can keep your leg as slow as possible, as close as possible to the mat. So breath in as you stretch away. Exhale back in. If you feel there's a shift, place your hands on the hip bone area. And as you stretch away, make sure they stay aligned. On the exhale, draw the leg back in. So remember, when you breathe in, you're breathing into the upper back and the side. I'm doing the movement really slow because I'm focusing on control. On the exhale, draw in, lift up, and feel the rib cage narrow. Inhale again, stretch away. On the exhale, bend the knee, draw the leg back in. On the breath in, stretch away. Trying to have space, create space between the thigh and the hip. Let's do 2 more sets. So inhale, stretch away. Exhale, back in. Pay attention to your spine. Feel how your abdominals is controlling and stabilizing. You're using the breath to hold you down, and you're using the breath when you exhale to fire up the abdominals. Last set to go. Inhale, stretch away. Exhale, draw back in. Inhale, stretch away. And on the exhale, draw back in. Okay, perfect. Raise your both arms up now. Adjust your leg if you need to. Just lift the hip off the mat. You can rotate a little bit from side to side. Raise the arms up. Now when you lift your arms up, try to press the shoulder blades flat down into the mat. When you do that, you should feel the chest rising up a little bit. Palms facing inwards. Your wrist sitting directly above your shoulder. We're going to do a chest opener. So on the breath in, we're going to open out to the sides into a letter T. Alright, don't push your hands up too high. Exhale, back up to the starting point. Again, pay attention to the flow. So as you inhale into the upper back, expanding out to the sides. On the exhale, pull the belly down, lift it up, narrow the rib cage in. Inhale in. On the exhale, fire up the abdominals. Inhaling in. Exhale. Keep going to move. Inhale, open. On the exhale, engage. Inhale, open. Exhaling, engage. Let's come to 3 more. Breath in as you open, breathe into the upper back and into the sides. On the exhale, raise the arms up, keep the pelvic in neutral, keep the spine in neutral. Chest stays lifted. Last one. Breath in, open. And exhaling. Now from here, you're going to turn your palms, face your both knees. We're going to do the first round of more of a stretch. So as you extend your arms back, go slowly. Alright, this depends on how far your arms can extend to the back. And on the exhale, bring it back up. Allow your spine to move on this first round. Pay attention to the movement. So your arms are moving back. You can feel the back coming off a little bit. Shoulder blades off a tiny bit off the mat. Alright, a bigger curve in your back. And when you bring your arms back forward, you feel the spine coming back down neutral. Okay? Just keep working with this for a bit. Just opening up the chest. And on the exhale, back up. And just take the arms a little bit further back and lower it as far down as you can go. Let's do one last one. So I'm just going to call it a stretch back now. Just stretch. Lift that rib cage, lift that spine, you've got shoulders coming off, the back arching a little bit more. And then when you bring your arms back, the spine moves back down, neutral, shoulder base down on the mat. Alright? Now, we're not going to move the spine, we're not going to arch the back, we're not going to pop the rib cage up. So think that from the chest below, right to the hip area, this section of your body is cemented. You're not moving at all. On the breath in, as you extend your arms, try to hold it from moving. So you're still breathing into the back, expanding the rib cage up to the side. On the exhale, you're going to fire up your abdominals more, belly in, up, rib cage narrow. Alright, now we're doing work now. So the arm extends, try to make sure you can still feel the contact of the shoulder blades down in the mat. Exhale, contract. These are all abdominal workouts. They're very, very easy, but it's all about control. You can master control, then that's very good. Without moving and shifting the whole body. The only thing that's moving is your arms and the rib cage. So as you breathe in, you're expanding into the upper back, expanding out to the side. On the breath out, you're pulling the belly downwards towards the spine, lifting it up towards the rib cage and narrowing your rib cage. So your abdominals get really tight when your hands end at the top. Let's do 3 more. Breathe in, extend back. On the exhale, fire up the abdominals. Breathing and extend, so no shifting on the rib cage. It shouldn't be popping out. Exhale, narrow. Let's go with the last one. Breathing into the upper back and into the sides. On the exhale, fire up the down muscles. And release back down from here. Okay? Alright. From here, we're going to turn around, come belly down to the mat. And we'll go straight into the back. So you're lying flat down. Your palms are very close to the chest. Fingers pointed forward. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Before we begin, you want to have your feet extended and your toes heavy and flat on the mat. If possible, try to activate your thigh muscle so your kneecap comes off the mat. So you can feel the lower part of the body already engaging. Arms at the side. Alright. Now, from here, what we're going to do is make sure the shoulder is drawn back and gliding downwards. So on the breath in, you're just going to gently push your upper body up. Breathe in. Okay? And when you're about to come back down, tighten your abdominals, pull the belly in, roll it up towards the rib cage, and narrow the rib cage. So today's all about control. Now, on the push, when you lift up, you want to feel the back muscle contracting a little bit. You're still assisting yourself. Your abdominals is stretching. Now, when you're coming down, you're going to use the abdominals to assist you. So you're going to contract in, up, rib cage narrow. Breathing in as you lift yourself up. On the breath out, pull the belly in, up, rib cage narrow. So if you want some arm work, you will be pushing yourself up. But if you want more of your lower back work, you'll be very gently and softly pushing yourself up, but allowing your back muscle to do a little bit more work. On the exhale, pull the abdominals in, up, rib cage narrow. Let's do 3 more on this. On the breath in, push up. On the breath out, pull the belly in, up, rib cage narrow. On the breath in, up to go. On the breath out, pull the belly in, up, rib cage narrow. 1 more to go. On the breath in, lift. On the breath out, pull the belly in, up, rib cage narrow. And rest it down now. Alright, that's enough to the side. We're going to do 1 exercise on the side here. Arms rested in, both knees bent. Try to find the contact of your thigh bone on the mat. Find a way that you can feel the waistline lifted off the mat. If you press into it, you should feel it engaging. Alright, the arm, you can put it down here, or you can raise the arm straight up. Now, if your if your waist sinks into the mat, you will see this height of the hip. You do not want the hip to height. We want the hip to level. So the hip sits directly over the bottom hip. You shouldn't have this hip higher and the other side of the hip lower. Alright? They need to be level. That's leveling. Good. Now, from here, we're going to extend the leg straight out. Make sure the knees pointed forward. Your ankle should be in line with your hips. Holding it here. Okay? And we're just going to very gently lift the leg up. Inhale. Now, make sure this is lifted up. It's not moving. On the exhale, come back down. Again, control. No need to go and suffer and push too higher. Just work with control. Control and feel. As light and easy as the workout is, the more you contract, the more you're going to feel. Alright, so hands can be extended out, hands can be down. On the breath in, lift. Make sure no movement is happening here. Exhale, fire up your abdominals, lower the leg down. Inhale, lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, so you're breathing into the back, expanding into the sides. On the exhale, you're pulling the belly in, up, and narrowing the ribcage. And up. Let's do 3 more on this side. Exhale down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Do this really slow and work the breath really long. Alright, I'm going to go 2 more. I'm going to squeeze 2 more in. Exhale. Last one to go. Breath in, lift. And exhale down. Alright, switching over to the other side. Bring yourself up, swivel over to the other side. Going all the way down. Both knees bend. Find your thigh bone marker. Arms extended or bent. Alright. Level the hip. Keep that waistline off the mat slightly. You can see, I'm just pulling my top so you can actually see it better. You do not want to use your arm to push your body up. You want to get the waistline just contracted and lifted up slightly. Now extend the leg straight out, keeping the ankle in line with your hip. Okay, hip, ankle, and make sure you're balancing on your thigh bone. Now when you are ready, you're going to go up on the breath in, and as you come down, you're going to exhale. On the breath in, lift. On the breath out, down. So keep moving very slowly with the breathing. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Very small, very controlled. Inhale up. Exhale down. You do not want your spine to shift. You do not want your hip to shift. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Squeezing in 2 more to make it 10. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale down. And that's all for today. Simple, easy peasy. Now, while you're lying in this position here, I'm going to get you to grab the ankle, shin, or your feet, and pull the leg back. Okay? Let's stretch on the front side. We'll work a little bit more with stretches today. Pulling it here. So 30 seconds to 1 minute. About there. Pause the video if you want to do the stretch a little bit longer. And every time in that few seconds that you're stretching, just pull it a little bit more. Increase the intensity of the stretch. Stretching into a little bit more. You should feel the stretch, not pain. Alright, and then from here, we're going to bring the leg back forward. Okay, I'm going to get you to catch the ball of your feet. We've done this in the last class. And you're going to try to extend to as far as you can. If you only can go to here, go to there. If you can extend the leg all the way up and pull, do that. The other option, if you really can't reach your feet, put a towel or a strap over it to just extend it. You want to come into a nice inner thigh stretch. Hold the stretch up here. So you're very supported on the ground when you're doing this stretch. If you only can go to this much, it's fine as long as you feel the stretch. But you want to have the knee kind of facing upwards that way. It's not facing forward. Alright, we bring the leg back down to the ground nice and slowly. And from here, I'm still on the same side here, okay? I'm going to turn around, I'm going to lie flat on my back. I'm going to come and work on my outer thigh and my butt area before I continue to the other side. So I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. Allow the ankle to rest on the thigh and the feet to hang off. You're going to get your both hands to wrap around your left thigh and lift the leg off the ground. So you come out into an outer thigh and a butt area stretch. If you can, focus on the right knee pushing away. Okay? You can push away and then you can just relax and pull. You can push away as you pull and then relax. So if you're sitting a lot, you've been sitting a lot, do this stretch and spend more time doing this stretch. And bring the leg back down very slowly to the mat. Switch over to the other side. We're going to cross the right leg over. Alright, so the ankle is rested on the thigh while the feet hangs off. And then you're going to use your both hands to wrap around the right thigh. Pull inwards. So you feel the left outer thigh and your buttock area stretch. Focus on pushing the knee away while you pull in, and then just relax it. Let it fall, let the knee fall in. I think a lot of y'all will need to do this stretch. Try to spend time on opening up your hip, alright, stretching the outer thigh, the buttock area. Push the knee away, and then just let it go. Let it fall inwards as you're pulling your right thigh with the other leg inwards towards your chest. Alright, you take the leg back down nice and slowly. You stretch the both legs straight down and you extend the arms overhead. Arch your back, lift the back up. Think of a tailbone pushing under more. Feel the chest open up and the shoulder blades lifting off the mat slightly. Hold this stretch for a little bit. You're going to feel as though your lower back is like contracting, it's tensing up. Just to open up the front part of the chin, pushed up a little bit. Holding it here. And when you're done, allow the back to come down into the mat for a bit and bring the arms back down. Okay. From the side, we're going to come up and then we're going to stretch on the other side. So we're going to lie flat down on the side. The both knees are bent. You're going to catch the shin, ankle or your feet. Pull that leg back. Keep pulling the leg as far back as you can go. Holding that stretch 30 seconds to 1 minute. And once again, pause the video if you want to do the stretch a little bit longer. Okay? Just don't force yourself into the stretch where it's too painful. You want to feel the stretch, not pain. If the knee can't do deep flexion, do not push the ankle too close to the buttocks. Okay, if the knee can't flex in as much as possible, just push it against your hand while you're pulling the leg back. That's good enough. Because we want to just pull this, we want to lengthen this. We want to lengthen the leg out. Lengthen and stretch the muscle on your quads. Holding the stretch. Now once you finish with this, you bring the leg forward very nice and slowly. Open your knee out, okay, from the back of your leg. Grab the ball of your feet or your toe, or even your big toe, whichever is comfortable. And then slowly straighten up to as far as you can go. If you can straighten it up straight, but keep the form still. Feel the inner thigh. Pull a little bit lower, let it go. If you only can come up to this is good enough. Think of pushing that knee out to the back. You can straighten and bend. Pull a little bit, let go, but do not bounce the movement. Alright, when you bounce the stretch, You're not really stretching. You're getting the muscle just to contract and stretch, contract and stretch. Just not stretching it. You want to teach it to hold and lengthen while you relax. Okay, and from here we bring the leg back down and we release. Okay, we go back flat down into the mat. We come to hamstring. So from this one, use a towel or just use your hand. Where you're going to place your hand, it depends on how much you straighten your leg. Just the margin for minimal is bringing the leg and keeping it here. Alright? If you find it hard to pull it any further, don't force yourself. You can just bend the knees slightly. So your hands can be behind your thigh, the back of the knee, at the calf or the ankle. Or use a strap or a towel around your ankle. But if you're feeling it too much behind the leg, on the calf and the knee, then don't flex your feet too much. Let it go. Let it be relaxed. Grab, pull. And once again, if you feel again still behind the knee too much, try to make sure your bum is on the ground. Don't push your tailbone up. And just bend the knee just slightly. And then pull the leg in till you feel the stretch in the hamstring. You really want to feel it in the hamstring. As you bend it a little bit more, you can feel it moving up a little bit higher. Relax your ankle on the stretch. If you want to hit on the calf, the back of the knee and the hamstring, and then you straighten up and you really flex your leg into the movement. Okay? You will feel the whole pull on the back of the leg. So play with the position of your ankle. You can let it go for a little bit, and then you can just flex it in. So when you flex it in, hold for a little bit. Just don't pump the movement too much. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. And bring the leg back down. Nice and slowly. Okay, the other side. Bring the leg in. Make sure the tailbone is on the ground. Don't let the bum curl off the ground. Straighten the leg up. Start at a rate where it's comfortable. You can feel the stretch. If it's too much behind the knee, just bend the knee slightly. If it's too much of the calf, relax your ankle. So you're going to pull the leg down. Keep the hips heavy down on the mat. Straighten into the movement and pull the stretch. Chest stays open. Try not to round your back this way. Keep that chest open. So if you feel the chest is rounding in too much, try to use a towel instead. So you're pushing against the towel and you get the chest up instead of collapsing the whole upper body in and through. Flex your feet. You want to feel the calf, the back of the knee, and the hamstring. And make sure as you flex, your second toe stays aligned with your knee. You do not want your ankle to tilt inwards nor outwards, alright? You want to have a nice straight flexion in. And from there, you release the leg very nice and slowly. Okay. I'm going to get you to open your hands out to the side. So those of you who can do rotation and want to work and stretch a little bit in the back, the lower back with some twisting motion, then drop your both knees all the way down to the left side. Okay? If you can't stack the leg on top of each other exactly, alright, the leg that's closer to the ground, glide it a little bit further away and have the top leg rested on the bottom leg. So as I'm twisted to the left side, I'm going to use my left hand to press on top of my knee. So allowing the rotation to happen from my waist down. Alright, keep the both shoulders on the ground. And my head, I'm going to turn and look away from my leg. So I'm looking to the right side. Try to keep both shoulders down on the mat. Now if your arm is too high up, you find it hard because this hand is floating up, then move that hand a little bit lower down to the ground. You want to be on the ground. The upper body is on flat down and the head is looking to the other side. Now once you're done, release the knee slowly. Turn your head back to the middle. Release the hand. Bring the leg back, one leg at a time. Just bringing yourself back in nice and slowly. Pull the both knees into the chest. Holding it down. Flatten your lower back into the mat. Alright, and when we're done, we bring the both legs up to 90 degrees again. Open the arms out to the side, one leg at a time. Drop one leg down to the ground and then the other follow, and adjust from there. Okay, so you might want to move the leg closer to the ground, further down, and let the top leg rest on top of the bottom leg. When you're ready, you're going to take your right hand to press the legs down while your upper body stays flat down on the mat. Look away from your leg. So this is what I mean. If you're having your arm down here and you notice that you're doing this, okay, and your arm is too high up or you're pressing your leg too far down, okay, you need to balance the stretch. You want to make sure the shoulders is down onto the mat. And if this is uncomfortable, it's too high for you, glide your hand a little bit lower down. So the lower part of the body is twisting to the opposite direction, and so is the upper. Okay, so from here, glide and find the angle that works best for you. So the shoulder stays on the mat, and you feel the stretch on the chest and the front shoulder while your arm is up there. The palms are up, okay, up, facing up towards the ceiling. Hold that stretch for a bit. And as you're done, alright, you're going to move the hands a little bit lower, release the hand from the leg, okay, turn the head back to the middle first, and then one leg at a time coming back to the middle. Pull the both knees into the chest. And back down. Now I'm going to do one last exercise with the neck lying flat down on the mat. You're going to place your hands, interlace them behind the head, okay, glide your palms as high as possible through the crown of your head. You're going to bring the elbows in. So my hand position is going to end up looking like this. I'm using my fingers to hold the back of my head. Now, keep your shoulders down on the mat, press down on the mat, and you're just going to pull the head upwards slowly. Chin is kind of tucked down to the chest. Elbows are inwards. Now from here you can actually take the head to a diagonal angle. So I'm going to tilt and I'm going to tilt the other side. Back into the center, and very slowly bring the head back down to the mat and release. Turn to the right, hold it for a little bit, back to the center, turn to the left, opposite direction, and back to the middle. One last elongation of the body stretch. This is nice. And from here, we release and we are done. Alright everyone, that's it for today. Have a great day.